Welcome back to Switch to Linux, another early morning news brief. So I've been trying to do a couple news articles during the week, probably either Tuesday or Wednesday. So this one, of course, we're going to do a follow-up on this tragedy at the YouTube headquarters. Of course, because I'm a YouTuber, and what happens in the YouTube community does affect all of us. And so this person was ID'd, and I'm going to follow the suit of other wise people and not give the person any credit, but I want to talk about the circumstances and issues and what happens. And I'm actually going to be utilizing Ars Technica's article here, talking about how this YouTube shooter was ID'd, and it was a lone gunman, and it was a woman, and the woman was mad about age-restricted policies. Like, what? So you have to stop and think about this. And how does this type of thing happen? I mean, are we at danger of people mad about YouTube policies running through the streets with firearms? No, not really. First thing is, let's go ahead and get... Okay, apparently wind just knocked our power out. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Anyway, though, let's go ahead and get the gun stuff out of the way first. For you people wanting to turn this into another get the guns off the street, shut up. Tons more people are saved by guns than are hurt by guns every year, and the problem isn't the gun. The problem is the psychopath at the other end of it. And I don't know about how they acquired guns or whatever else. I'm not even going to dive into that because that's not the issue I want to talk about. I'm not here to talk about gun control one way or the other. But what I want to talk about is how did this type of thing happen, and how does this person be mad at age-restricted policies and decide to start blowing up the corporation? I mean, that's stupid. Well, it happens because in statistics, of course, if you study statistics at all, you know there's a thing called a bell curve. And a bell curve is basically, and your average is the major majority up there. And what happens is on the pro side, you'll have a lot of people, really for one particular side. And as you get closer and closer to the edge, you get fewer and fewer people. Well, the same thing happens on the back side of that curve. And in sociology, we look at these things and we talk about what's called the lunatic fringe. And the lunatic fringe is that last 5% of people who are extremely mad about something who also tend to be psychopaths. And these people might go out and do something way more extreme, whereas, I feel the problem that this woman's talking about. Now, I had age-restricted videos specifically, but I've had a lot of demonetized videos, and most of us have. And it is very frustrating. But in light of that, your average person is not about to go do something this radical. I mean, I'll go rant about it on YouTube. In fact, I did one earlier this week. I was actually shocked last time I looked at the video. I had like 650 views. Like, what? Basically, I had accidentally hit the wrong button on my OBS studio because there's two buttons right next to each other. One of them records and one of those streams. And I accidentally hit the stream button and saw that really quick and turned it off, but that sent a 1-second video clip to YouTube. And after I got done with what I was doing, I go into YouTube to turn the 1-second thing off, and 58 people had watched the video in less than an hour. So I'm like, that's hilarious. So I didn't delete the video, but I did unlist it. And I changed the title of it of The Best 1 Second of Your Life. Well, I was going through looking for videos on Monday to add to cards to videos I was doing, and that video, 1-second video, was demonetized. Now, why was it monetized to begin with? I don't know. It's just because by default monetizes everything. Not that I was looking to make a lot of money on the best 1 second of your life. I mean, as one person commented, yes, any advertisement would be at least 15 times as long as the video itself. And it's just me, 1 second, But I put up that little video laughing about the fact that YouTube had demonetized my 1 second. They said it's not advertiser friendly. I'm like, what is so unadvertiser friendly about a 1 second video? And so, that's the type of silly stuff that I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. But we will want to talk about some of these issues. But let's have a look at the article. So the San Bernardino police, and they responded very quickly. They responded to a active shooting at a YouTube campus, and it was a 39-year-old woman from San Diego. So if I'm not mistaken, San Bernardino is not super close, so I guess that was a road trip. So that's definitely premeditated. And correct me if I'm wrong. I'm forgetting all of my California stuff. I know where San Diego is. I forget where San Bernardino is. I thought that was closer to Silicon Valley, but let me know if I'm wrong. So basically, we know that this person's car was towed from YouTube's parking lot. And it turned out that this person, this moron, we'll say, had a website where she promoted several YouTube channels in multiple different languages, English, Turkish, and Farsi. All of her social media accounts appeared to have either been deactivated or removed, so that's interesting. Woman seemed upset with what she called age-restricted policies. As she wrote, "There's no free speech in the real world. You will be suppressed for telling the truth that is not supported by the system. Videos of targeted users are filtered, merely relegated, so people can hardly see the videos. There's no equal growth opportunity on YouTube or any other video sharing site. Your channel will grow only if they want it to." That's her statement. And so let's talk about that statement a little bit. First and foremost, will your channel only grow if YouTube wants it to? Yes and no. A conditional yes. Obviously, there are people that YouTube repeatedly puts on the front page. As many people have noted, YouTube is becoming more and more corporate. More and more trending videos are of your large sites. For example, more and more trending videos are from late night TV shows, your major networks, your major anchors. I think, frankly, here's some solutions for you, YouTube, and I'm going to scatter these throughout the video. First, number one, why don't you have a trending non-network affiliate and maybe a trending network affiliate? That way, those of us working hard to build our channels don't feel as though we have to have a multi-billion-dollar corporation behind us to actually show up on your trending page. There's a thought. But at the other end of the coin, YouTube didn't know anything about me, and I have a channel that I brought from 0 to 10,000 subscribers in, I think, around 18 or so months. That's pretty good growth on YouTube. And so it's not a matter of YouTube wanting or not wanting a channel to grow. I mean, I can't sit there and say YouTube wants my channel to grow because they've demonetized about every video I put up. I mean, really, it just happens. And I'm actually going to, unless I forget, not monetize this particular video just because of that. I may shamelessly promote myself this particular video, but I will not monetize it. But anyway, so she says there's no equal growth on YouTube. And in a way, I almost agree with that because there are we definitely saw a left lean too when they brought on all these few thousand more people to actually look at videos. They tended to lean towards one political view, and people on the opposing political view seem to have lost a lot of videos. Shocking. Here's my solution for that. Two people need to make the decision. You have to have a right-leaner and a left-leaner sitting at the same desk working together. Not only will it bring unity back in our country, which we desperately need more unity in our country, but it's also going to get rid of a lot of that implicit left or right bias. You know, we can't just say, oh, I disagree with that because I hate Trump. No, that's not a reason to get rid of a video. It's got to be an abusive video. It's got to be a threatening video. It's got to be a video that violates your terms. And for crying out loud, every video I have posted does not violate those terms. And a lot of people who've gotten videos demonetized, their videos are not violating those terms. And that leads me to the next thing to do, YouTube, to prevent stuff like this, to prevent making the Lunatic Fringe mad. The next thing to look at is, why don't you, if a person has submitted 5 or so videos and they've been demonetized, they've hit the button, you've looked at them and you said, it is indeed fine, that person should go on a safe list. Unless real people really flag the video, in which case then you can look at it. That's that middle ground. Because I hear the argument that says, well, there's thousands of hours of video posted every minute on YouTube. That is true. But something is not working if certain content creators, myself including, has every single video instantly demonetized even before it's published. Something is wrong. Something is broken. And that drives and irks at that lunatic fringe. So what do we do about the lunatic fringe? I'll be honest with you, nothing. Because it is the direction and the shift in the entropy of our culture that makes the lunatic fringe more and more violent. There was a long time ago, the lunatic fringe in the schoolyard was a bully throwing a snowball. Now our lunatic fringe kills people. It's because our culture has progressed in this callous way that we've moved away from sanity in a way. It is best for us to be unified, but many forces in our country seek to divide us. And we need to come together at our common grounds and not be so concerned about the things that divide, instead the things that unite. One video had been removed. The Slimeball wrote, this video got age restricted after a new closed-minded YouTube employees got control of my YouTube channel last year, 2016, and began filtering my videos to reduce views and suppress and discourage me from making videos. I would need to see those videos to comment specifically on that, but that is this person's belief, is that specific closed-minded YouTube employees got a hold of the channel and began filtering videos. It's very possible. I mean, looking at the target, United States, Turkish, and Farsi, they might have looked at it, unfortunately, prejudiciously and said, Turkish might be related to some of them Arabs, and that would be a bad thing, okay? And if that's really what's happening, yes, YouTube's in the wrong. Now, does that require a person going in and doing what this Slimeball did? Absolutely not. Make a mad video about it. Seems to work. But anyway, so she appears to have posted a video on her Facebook page, but again, that was removed after it was age restricted, which she calls a non-sexual workout video. This is what they're trying to do to vegan activists and many other people trying to promote healthy, humane, and smart living. I'm not sure what to think about that. I don't think it has much to do with helping people to be healthy and humane. And frankly, I'm not, and I don't agree with veganism. And from a health standpoint, as a scientist who's studied nutrition, veganism is not really healthy at all. If you look at any vegan study in the scientific literature, one of the things has to be done to pass the scientific review committee, and that is that your vegans must be supplemented vitamin B, B12 specifically, because the vegan diet does not contain any. And so we have some issues with that. That being said, veganism is also a left-leaning trend, and it doesn't make sense that left-leaning people would take a left-leaning trend off of YouTube. So I'm not sure I can stand behind that, because it just doesn't seem to align itself politically. Let's see. So the car was located by Google's headquarters. The family had reported her missing, and they said she might be headed towards YouTube as she hated the company. The elder family member confirmed what was already in his daughter's video. She was angry over perceived censorship. So one of the dangers here is that if anybody starts getting angry in their videos, so they go, "Oh, are you a target? Uh-oh, are you going to do something?" And it starts to erode at our free speech rights. Because there's a radical difference between being angry and doing something like that. Apparently my cat is angry at the ghost. He's just... Kitty, kitty. Kitty, kitty. Come on, kitty. Did you find the ghost? Right? Anger divides. Here, love more kitties. All right. Told reporters woman would appear to have shot herself via a handgun that was found dead at the scene. See, that's the fortunate thing, is this slime ball only took one person out, and that was herself. And that's good. We need one less psychopath in the world, quite honestly. Any loss, of course, is tragic in its way, but it's certainly better to lose a psychopath than it is to lose people who are just going to work each day, you know. It doesn't matter what, you know, how bad YouTube makes the monetization stuff. Figure out other ways, people. Figure out other ways. To that end, I think my take-home message is here is that we have to be concerned that there is a lunatic fringe out there. And the lunatic fringe is a little on the unhinged side. And we need to be ever vigilant about this. If you see something that is clearly disturbing, certainly report it to somebody that can do something about it. It's, you know, police would rather have a unfounded thing that they send somebody to do a quick investigation, at least online, than to be completely blindsided by something like this. So if you see something suspicious, whether in real life or social media, report it for sure. If you're thinking you want to do something like this, you might have psychopathic tendencies, by all means, go get help. It's not worth going and shooting innocent people over the fact that your videos were age restricted. If YouTube simply makes it impossible, I'm going to throw my videos everywhere else because there's other places I can put them. I do keep things exclusive to YouTube at this point in time, simply because the advertising is in place with YouTube, and it gives me a better chance of getting monetized than, you know, places that don't have any at all. But to YouTube, in order to not irritate this and this principle, is you need to know what your rules and policies are and enforce those rules and policies unilaterally. And if a person's getting every single video demonetized, a solution for a small channel is not, oh, after 1,000 views, we'll go ahead and look at it. Because after 1,000 views, the thing will never be viewed again. I mean, very, very seldomly. And so we have to keep those little things in mind. This is not just this person, because this person went off the handle because of what she perceived as... Apparently she perceived it as being a target. And it's unfortunate that this is what her release happens to be. That's not good. That's not good at all. And again, I will conclude with my thoughts and my prayers go out to the victims in this. And fortunately, according to reports, there have been no super serious injuries to anyone other than subhuman slime. So that's good. That's a good situation here. That's kind of what I want to say today. Again, I'm going to try and remember to not monetize this particular video. And we're just going to go ahead and leave it at that. So thanks for watching. If you're catching this earlier on the day it's released, I will be doing the mouse pad giveaway in the live stream later on today. Should be 7 o'clock Wednesday. That's when I'm going to try to do that. So thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.